Hi. Welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody!
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World headquarters located in Helena's scenic North Valley. It's the Quad M Show. Here are your hosts, TJ and Jason.
And I would like to thank all the folks that have been out there listening. I know we didn't get a show in last week, and I'll talk about that here in a second, but to all of the usual gang of suspects, the usual suspects out there, Haywood, California, all of our Chinese bots in Beijing and Zhangjiang, China, ni hao, ni howdy to you.
Ni howdy.
And everyone else, ni howdy to you too. That's a thing now. That's a thing now. I'm liking that.
Ni howdy.
Ni howdy. We're like Chinese cowboys. the home base here in Helena. Thank you. Seaside, Oregon. I don't know which part you're closest to, but thank you much. Minneapolis out there in Minnesota. San Francisco, California. Montgomery, Alabama. Boise, Idaho. Getting some love out of Philly. Auckland? I don't know where that is. And it doesn't give it out far enough, so I don't know if that's New Zealand, I think. I'm not sure.
I don't know where Auckland is.
I will look it up post-haste. Boardman, Oregon, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. Each and every one of you, bless your little hearts. Thank you for checking in.
Okay, Google. Where is Auckland?
Where's Auckland, bitch? See, I guessed right. New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yay, me.
Yay.
Oh, all right. Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'd like to first start off. So I want to let everybody know that I'm okay. I'm fine. We don't have to go into TJ's suicide watch. Everything's fine. You have a puzzled look on your face, and I will explain.
Okay.
So I posted this meme on Facebook, and a longtime friend of Quad M, a kid named Robbie, who I had the chance to meet back in Salt Lake, and we're friends on Facebook, and good kid, and he had posted this meme that said something along the lines of, when after a breakup, the loyal one stays single to allow themselves to heal and get right, and the other one just goes into another fucking relationship, right? This kind of thing about, hey, I'm single because I'm healing. The other one, obviously, they're a piece of shit. They're in another relationship, right? And it just kind of struck a chord with me, based on some past relationships and that type of thing. And I'm sure I've been on both sides of the fence, I'm sure, on that. But, just kind of one of those things. And I posted it. Holy fuck.
Huh.
Not only, I had all my dude friends are liking it, right? And then one friend of ours post on there is like, is everything okay? Because that's not what you usually post. And explain, no, it just struck a chord. I'm getting fucking text messages. I'm getting phone calls. Are you okay? Is everything all right? You don't usually do this sort of. No, kids, let me tell you right now, if you're listening to the show, everything is fine. Everything's okay. I will be back to doing the dick and fart jokes post haste. Everything everything is fine.
Everything is awesome.
Okay.
I needed to throw that disclaimer out so people don't think I'm fucking just sitting in a corner trying to get to a happy place with a goddamn razor on against my fucking wrist or some stupid shit like that. Everything's fine.
Okay.
What are you looking to try to see if you can find the meme that I posted or what?
No, I don't do Facebook anymore.
Yeah. I mean, did you totally close out the account? Because I still see you on there. I mean, well, not see you on there, but you're still listed as friends.
Yeah, I didn't delete or anything like that. I just
just done.
Yeah,
just done.
Just done. Yep. Just done.
I would if I could, but I got a horse. I have to use the social media to horse shit out, so I don't get that luxury.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't like it. It's like when you get all that junk mail, that's Facebook.
Pretty much. Pretty much, you know.
Let's take you out in the yard and burn it.
Clickbaits still piss me off. Every once in a while, I'll get roped in.
And
then I see 3 words misspelled in 2 sentences, and I say, you know, you're losing credibility on your reporting if you spell love with a B. If you don't even have the ability to use spell check, which I guess lobe is a real word, so it wouldn't correct. So, you know, read your shit before you post it. Give yourself some fucking credibility. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But then, you know, oh, big, huge secret news about this. Oh, look, listen to Celebrity A's reaction about comment B. And
if it's super secret, it's not going to be on the fucking internet.
I know. But sometimes
fuck you, dumbasses. You see those things on YouTube all the time. Top secret video government doesn't want you to see. Like, it's on fucking YouTube, dude.
But I'll still give a look just to see.
Whatever. And it's fucking some tard blabbing about flat earth. And you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry I clicked you.
There goes 5 minutes of my time that I'll never get back as I play next on the slideshow. I already know all this shit. This isn't some big thing that I've never known about Colossus or insert any comic book character here. Fuck. But then I also realized that, hell, I got almost 40 years of shitty continuity knowledge about stupid pop culture shit that most of the Tide Pod eating millennials out there have no idea. That's one thing you missed on you not being on Facebook. the new Garbage Pail Kid. Have you seen him?
Oh, someone showed me.
Tide Pod Rod.
Yeah. Someone showed me that. Yeah. Fucking dolts.
I love people. I really, really do. I really do. No, I don't. So, good sir, as we get into it, how was your 2 weeks? I know as we left last week, we were talking bingo and gun shows. How did the gun show go?
Gun show. That's how you embarrass your friends and their friends and stuff. You walk around all day saying, gun show.
How many times did you do it?
A lot. We didn't do it at the gun show, but everywhere else.
That's when oh, fuck. That's when you need to do it.
Oh, really? Yeah, make an ass of yourself at a gun show.
Well.
No. No.
I think we'll be putting this guy away over here.
Right.
I tell you what, here, you like a nice potato gun, boy?
Right, yeah. So when you go to fill out that form and it asks, are you crazy? And you check mark no, and the guy's like, yeah, whatever. I saw you come in the building going, gun show. Yeah, whatever.
That's what eyes is not crazy. Eyes is excited.
Oh yeah, we annoyed my friend's wife so much she just told us to leave. And
so as you were wandering through the various vendors and wares of the gun show bazaar, did you find any neat stuff? Any weird kooky guys behind the booth or anything?
Oh, there's always like oddballs. I mean, that's a given at any gun show. I mean, but it was a really it was a pretty small gun show. I went in looking for some parts for my AR, and nobody had any. But wandered around, saw a bunch of guns and stuff. Gun show.
You know what? My homework assignment this week, I'm going to find some crazy fat beats, maybe something involving a rubber chicken, and we're going to make that into a song. It's just going to be some crazy house trance shit. Gun show. That's my homework assignment for this week.
Get her done.
Oh, I'm on it, Chief. Well, you know, my Saturday, for the last 2 Saturdays, as a matter of fact. Now, there were kids. The reason there were two well, 3 key reasons as to why there was no show last week. The big one was I couldn't find anything worth talking about. It's pretty hard to fill out an hour and a half worth of show if you don't have an hour and a half worth of shit.
Right. Just because it takes an hour and a half to write doesn't mean it takes an hour and a half to say.
Yeah. That's why we ramble sometimes, kids. That's why we ramble. No, but, like I said, the only thing I had was, doing the review from Mute, which we'll do on the next segment. And, really, there was just nothing else fucking going on. So it was kind of like, well, shit, I gotta find, fuck, because I'm scratching my head just trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And then Friday you had some stuff going on that you weren't actually even available to do the show Friday, okay? And then third of all, so we were thinking, man, maybe we'll look at Saturday, but Saturday was my second week in a row of doing bingo.
Oh, good for you.
Okay.
And I was so excited about that on the last show. I was talking about this. I was so excited. It was something new to try, give it a whirl, hang out with some old folks. Hang out with the elderly for a little bit and use that dauber and just boom, 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 bingo, bitches. That type of thing. I was fucking pumped. I was ready to go. And I was actually quite surprised through the whole process. It is actually fucking it is enjoyable as fuck, as well as addictive as fuck. This is actually some pretty cool shit. I know it's just bingo, but... And I think maybe it helps the fact that both weeks I came out with a profit. I think that probably has a lot to do with it too.
Okay.
No, I go in and went with a good friend of the show, Jamie Bronson.
Goddamn, motherfucker. Fucking fag, fucking fish, fucking noob.
So even if Marty's not here, I'll still do it.
Goddamn.
But him and his wife, we decided, something different, besides just fucking hanging out at the Bowsers and sitting and drinking and bullshitting and bitching and nipping at each other while she goes and hits the machines. Let's go do something different. So we went, and a local casino out here has a fucking bingo hall. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Got all the info. So they run it from on Saturdays from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. Because you got to let the old folks get back to the home before 9, or else they, claim the insurance on them. So you gotta be very careful with that. And so, get in there, and it's not like well, here in Montana you're able to at some restaurants play Keno, where you get the card, you pay your 50 cents or a buck or whatever.
I know
it's
what
up
Keno
to.
is.
Well, I know, but they may not. They out there in Internet Wonderland may not. Anyways, for you kids out there.
Go ahead, get on with the story.
But, you have to pay per card with that, right? Either your 50 cents.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't know what Keno is, then fuck you. It's like bingo with numbers.
Bingo, it's a little bit tougher because they got them letters involved in there. Now, there's only 5 of them, so you can take them other 26 and you kind of set them off to the sides. You got 5 letters. So anyways.
26? How many letters are in your alphabet?
There's many.
Hey, what's going on this side?
Anyways, so go in, and I thought this was a kind of a deal that you had to buy your card for each round, right? Oh no. You get a stack of cards of various styles and sizes. Like some cards have 6 bingo things on them. Some of them have 4 bingo things on them. There's one game that you have your super blackout, which of course is you have to get all of your things to declare the bingo on that. And then you've got this other one that's like, it'll have 2 numbers. And if you get one of those numbers, well, that counts for both. So like say on your B, you've got a 3 and an 11, okay? If the 3 is called, that counts for both 3 and 11. So if 11 is called, wow, shit, I already got the 11. You see what I'm saying there?
Okay.
And they give you like an itinerary of the games. Because there's different shit. It's not all just fucking bingo straight line down or straight line across. You've got like 7 and 11 where you have to fucking make a 7 and an 11 in order to win. You've got golf club where you have to make a golf club and the ball in the lower right hand corner in order to win. Pyramid, all this type of shit. It's like, so I'm like, fuck, this is okay. I actually have to pay attention. This is pretty fucking cool. All right, right on. And one of the other cool things is that if there's enough people there, then the payouts, they will increase the payouts. Normally your payouts for your standard bingo games is like $30. And then your special bingo games is $50, right? Well, that first night, it was a packed house. They bumped it up to 50 and 70. I'm like, fuck, okay, right on, cool. Okay, let's make some fucking money here. And the first week I came out like $10 ahead. I won 2 hands, but I ended up having to split both of them. Because if you got 2 people that have bingo with the same number that's been called, well, you have to split the pot. Okay. It's not first come, first serve. It's not a race. And then so I won the 2 hands there, and then I won, I want to say 2 hands. No, 3 hands. I won 3 hands on the second week that it went. And I didn't have to split with anybody, but the crowd was way down from the week before. So, I fucking, first time, pay, I think it's like $40 to go in and do it, right? Pays for the 4 hours that you're fucking playing bingo. Put in 40, pull out 50, $10 ahead. Put in 40, pull out 70 on that second week. Fuck, all right, cool. So as long as I make it a profit, it's fun and enjoyable.
Right.
And it's a very diverse crowd. You had some very, very, very lovely young ladies from like maybe the tender ages of 21-ish on all the way up to fucking 121-ish. I mean, it was across the board. This is something appealing to all ages.
I'm waiting for the appealing part.
I do. It's like I said. I mean, it's just.
Just giving you shit.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mean, it's not. It's one of those deals where you just, you sit back. It's not so intense because again, you're dealing with the elderly, and again, it's not a race. Like back in grade school when you'd play bingo. If you were the first one to get bingo,
you're getting up there in years. You gotta go for low impact competition. And
hells yeah. Fuck, I spent enough time on the goddamn treadmill, the weight room, and yoga.
Can't imagine anything more low impact than bingo.
Oh, come on! You've surfed the internet. You've lost 5 hours on YouTube a time or 3, I'm sure. I think that's even more low impact because all you're using is thumbs.
That's in our competition, though.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Boy.
Low impact competition.
I got it. Yeah, that's actually pretty, I would say maybe chess.
That's pretty low impact, too.
For low impact competition, obviously not a sporting, but for low impact competition, I would say chess, maybe checkers, board games. Mm-hmm. Not counting Twister, but, board games I think would be.
Video games.
Oh, I don't know. I've gotten my fucking heart rate increased getting fucking pissed off, throwing controllers at walls, kicking shit, yelling. No, the blood pressure gets up pretty fucking high. I can't go with that one, good sir.
Okay.
When things can get damaged. No. I'm not even talking that fucking Wii and Kinect shit dancing around and fucking
that's not a video game.
No.
Video game is you plop your fat ass down on the couch with a soda and a bag of Cheetos and a controller. You ain't standing up, jiggling and wiggling and throwing shit around.
I don't know. You'll hear again. You've never seen me when I start getting fucking ramped up.
Goddamn video game.
Low impact.
Yeah.
But before we go off into our first break, is everything on the mic okay there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. We got some dirt, some schmutz there that needs.
I'm just fidgeting with stuff.
Well, before we get on to our first break, good sir, I had my mind blown.
Okay.
This week. Are you familiar with the seminal classic Bony Fingers by Hoyt Axton?
If I heard it, I'd probably recognize it.
Well,
But-
well, good sir. Let me play a snippet for you here.
Okay.
Maybe things will get a little better. Maybe things will get a little better.
Nope. Hold on. Gotta get the chorus.
Work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers. Bony fingers.
Sorry, I get into that song. I've always loved that song. It's a great fucking song. I love it.
Nope, never heard it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Hoyt Axton, but you know who Hoyt Axton is?
Sounds familiar.
He was the dad. Okay, best way I could say it, he was the dad on Gremlins. He was the one selling the smokeless ashtray. He was the inventor, right?
Okay.
Okay. That's him. That's you know, that his primary gig was being a musician and songwriter.
Huh.
Okay. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. You know,
Right.
Joy to the World.
Okay.
He wrote that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, like I said, I've always, but I don't know why. Sometimes I get those wild hairs up my ass every so often.
Okay.
And who the fuck was that chick singing with him? TJ's got to know.
Okay.
So I went and I did myself a little research. The fucking chick that sings with Hoyt Axton on Bony Fingers is a woman by the name of Ronnie Blakely. Now, right now, as I'm seeing you kind of calculating off in the distance there,
Right.
you have no fucking clue who Ronnie Blakely is,
Nope.
do you?
Nope.
You've seen Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Right.
The drunken mom.
Oh, wow.
The one that says, Freddy Krueger's dead, baby, because mommy killed him. Sings fucking Bony Fingers with Hoyt Axton.
Huh. I'll be damned.
Bony Fingers has a connection to Gremlins and Nightmare on fucking Elm Street. That is the most badass song in the fucking planet. Right there, kids. Gremlins and Freddy Krueger, right fucking there.
All right.
So put that in your fucking fedora and knifey fingers and smoke it.
Oh, no.
My little fucking nerd pop culture mind just went when I discovered that one.
Indeed. Huh.
It's the little things, dude. It's the little things.
It is. It is.
All right. So with that nugget of info, sit on that, kids, because we're going to take a break. We'll come back with some FGS, some hot takes, and I think a soundbite of the week.
Sure.
All right. Squad M Show, gang. Stay tuned.
Have you checked out QuadMProductions.com lately? QuadMProductions.com is your direct access hookup to order the Enigma comic book series and download the Quad M Show podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with any questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at QuadMProductions.com. That's QuadMProductions.com. You're listening to the Quad M Show. Segment 2.
Welcome back to the second segment of this here Quad M Show. Again, we are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
Welcome back to the show.
And this segment is brought to you in part by Mirror Salon and Spa. Now, I know you kids are out there seeing those pics online and you're saying to yourselves, damn, how does TJ get that awesome hair? Well, a very small part of it is genetics. The big credit, however, goes to Shauna and all the fine folks over there at Mirror. Now, if you're in the Helena area, get that reservation in today to cover all of your hair, nail, or spa needs. Walk-ins are always welcome. Get in there, tell them Quad M sent you, get $5 off any service they provide. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today. That's Mirror Salon and Spa, 406-603-0644, or stop on in at 2043 North Last Chance Gulch. It's Mirror Salon and Spa.
They need to put a little sign on the door. Picture of Christopher Walken says Walken's welcome.
I wish I could do a better Christopher Walken impression, because mine just sucks. So I was like, "Hey, come on in, get yourself a haircut. Come on in."
Yeah, mine sucks too.
What are you waiting for? Would you like a nice facial?
Oh, cowbell. That's all I got.
I got cowbell. Come on in. Would you like a nice facial? It's good. It helps clean your pores. As I'm trying to fucking close. There, you little bastard. Oh, you know what else provides a pretty shitty Christopher Walken impression?
Fred G. Sanford?
I love segues. The Fred G. Sanford Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Moron.
You're a moron.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Dullard.
You're always this stupid? Or did you take lessons?
The FGS Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Damn it.
Oh, the Segway machine just keeps on rolling, kids.
The Segway machine.
Oh, and this little doozy comes to us by way of wherever Shelby County is. You know what? Let's go ahead and just pretend and say that it's Florida. I have no idea where this place actually is.
Okay.
But I will say, unlike, I've learned my lesson. This has been vetted. I checked 3 different sources. This is a legit story.
Okay. Bring it on.
Just saying. All right. So, Sarah Griffin, age 68, brought a bag of Doritos to the Shelby County Jail on March 3rd for her grandson, thinking that all that was inside, besides the chips, was a cell phone. But as Cody Clements, Griffin's grandson, took the Doritos from her, an officer noticed what was going on. Clements, age 31, tried to snatch a small object wrapped in electrical tape from the bag before the officer confiscated it, but it was too late. The officer took the bag and the object that had been hidden inside. When the electrical tape had been unrolled, officers found, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
A treasure trove of drugs.
Of course they did.
Including 28.5 grams of meth, 11.4 grams of marijuana, 40 Xanax pills, 1.7 grams of ecstasy, and 1.1 grams of heroin.
Haha.
I remember when I was getting prizes as a kid and, chips and cereal. I never got anything like that.
No.
The grandmother was arrested and charged with attempting to bring contraband to a penal facility. According to her family, though, Griffin was tricked. She had no idea, said Griffin's brother Dennis DeMarco. He could con her into doing anything. He could probably con y'all into doing anything. Yeah, it actually has y'all in there.
Did they spell it right?
Y''ALL.
There you go.
There's so many letters in the alphabet, sometimes it's a little hard to figure out which ones you're going with.
Griffin told authorities that she didn't know drugs were in the bag, and that she had picked it up from an unnamed woman earlier in the week, under the assumption that a cell phone was inside. As Griffin was being released from jail, she declined to speak to any reporters.
Really?
My lawyer said not to talk to anybody,
Griffin told the TV station. About a year ago, Clements was listed as one of Shelby County's most wanted fugitives by the Commercial Appeal. Whatever that is. At the time, Clements was wanted on suspicion of aggravated burglary and criminal attempted robbery.
Where'd you go?
What is aggravated burglary? Like you're just pissed off? You're pissed off because your fucking crowbar won't jimmy the window open, or what? What constitutes aggravated burglary?
I don't know. Maybe he assaulted someone while he was burglarizing.
What does Google say? This is another chance to hear our gal. Our gal Google. Aggravated burglary.
Okay, Google. What is aggravated burglary?
According to Lowenberg and Lowenberg solicitors, aggravated burglary is burglary committed with an aggravating element.
Well, okay. Thanks for that bit of educational
aggravating
advice.
Element.
Well, page two.
Now, page 2.
The aggravating feature is either that at the time of entering the building or part of the building, the person has any firearm, imitation firearm, weapon, explosive, or imitation explosive.
Oh, okay. So you're burglaring with a gun.
With a weapon.
Or a weapon of some
weapon,
type.
yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. There we go. Thank you, Google and Bert. Page 2.
Aggravating element.
Is a burglary committed by an aggravating element.
So what is aggravated employment? Is that what I got going?
Have you ever played aggravated bingo? Oh, it's good times, that one is.
Fucking A.
After he was arrested, Clements was convicted on aggravated burglary charges in 2017. He was sentenced to 3 years behind bars. Griffin's church is helping pay for her legal fees. I don't know if she's even had a traffic ticket, said her brother, Mr. DeMarco. Mr. Griffin, shame on you for making your meme up. bring you drugs. What the hell?
Fucking mook. Don't do that to your grandma. Unless your grandma's your dealer.
I just thought it was a gun. I thought, oh no, that'd be aggravated.
What the hell do they call it? That'd be aggravated. Oh, fuck.
Distribution of drugs?
No, kind of the smuggling of contraband. I'm trying to figure.
Aggravated smuggling of contraband.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where she was charged. Yeah, attempt. Yeah,
I got charged with aggravated attempt of bringing in contraband to a penal facility.
Penal.
Penal.
Fine. So to you, Cody Clemens. Congratulations, you're this week's winner on the grounds of making your poor Mima your coke mule.
Right.
You, sir, are the winner of this week's episode, or this week's Fred G. Sanford Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
You dummy!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Some mighty tasty Doritos you got going on there, son.
Cool Ranch is my favorite.
Cool meth.
Cool meth.
Cool meth Doritos.
Oh, no. Wait, it wouldn't be Doritos. It'd be those, they just got the regular chips with all the different flavors and stuff now, like biscuits and gravy.
Oh, the Lay's potato chips?
Yeah.
Meemaw, can you bring me in some of that jalapeno and heroin?
Biscuits and ganja.
I'm sorry, sir. I am so sorry. All they had was sour cream and Xanax.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, all right, I suppose.
Awesome.
Let's get into some hot takes, shall we?
Okay.
News and notes from all four corners of the pop culture world.
And the sign gotta stay hot! You gotta stay hot! You gotta stay hot!
It's time for some hot takes.
Let's go ahead here first off. As the week went through, we had some various different things kind of come our way. The first off, the unfortunate passing of probably the greatest mind of our generation, of the century, hell, possibly even ever.
One
arguably.
of them. One of the greatest minds ever.
The Mount Rushmore of smart guys. He'd be on it.
Yep.
Professor Dr. Stephen.
Sir Stephen.
Oh, he was knighted, was he?
Oh, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Damn you, Wikipedia, and your lack of putting on Sir. Stephen William Hawking passed away on the 14th at the age of 76. So even with his ALS, he still led a full life, I would say.
He lived over 50 years longer than what his doctor said he would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that Lou Gehrig's disease, that's what was I like? The average lifespan's like anywhere from like 2 months to 8 years, and he still went way the hell out there. For some of you kids that may not know, here's the first paragraph from Wikipedia, just to give you guys a little what for. Dr. Stephen William Hawking, born on January 8th, 1942, was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, author, and director of research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. His scientific works included a collaboration with Roger Penrose on gravitational singularity theorems in the framework of general relativity. and the theoretical prediction that black holes emit radiation, often called Hawking radiation.
Yep.
Hawking was the first to set out a theory of cosmology explained by a union of the general theory of relativity and quantum mechanics. He was a vigorous supporter of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics as well. And as we just mentioned earlier, he was suffering and eventually passed away. He had a rare, early onset, slow progressing form of ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yep.
Now, I'll be the first one to admit when it comes to a lot of that book learning, quantum physics, cosmology, theoretical applied science, and all that type of stuff, I'm pretty much in the remedial resource class.
Remedial resource class.
Yes. I am the one that looks at that and says, duh. that would be me. However, somebody in this room I know once read, what was it? Was it A Brief History of Time?
Brief History of Time.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking's book. Yeah.
So, good sir, I'm gonna hand this one off to you, because as far as stuff about him and that type of, what he was talking about, because there's a lot of it that just went right over my head. I just had an appreciation for him as a smart guy.
Yeah. He was incredibly intelligent. He kind of believed that because his body was useless, it enabled him to expand his mind. And these theoretical physicists, they've got a different mind and different way of thinking than you and I. They can do this math and imagine these things in their brains that are...
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't... Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. But
way beyond the thought process of a guy that likes to throw controllers at a wall because these pixels won't do what he wants them to do.
Right. And Einstein was one as well. Kind of Newton in there too. Hawking actually held the same position at Cambridge that Newton held.
Okay.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton came up with the gravity, the theory of gravity. Einstein came up with his couple relativity. I jotted them down so I wouldn't misremember. But Einstein has basically the theory of spatial relativity and the theory of general relativity. Mm-hmm. Spatial relativity is that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers, which means that the speed of light and the speed of light in a vacuum is constant regardless of the independent motion of the observers. Okay. So what that means is light is always going the same speed, no matter how you observe it.
Right.
Okay. If you're and light doesn't add up. Like if you're in a car, let's say going half the speed of light.
That's a pretty fast fucking car.
It is. It's a really fast car. Light is still going to be basically instantaneous.
Right.
So that, and general relativity is basically that massive objects cause warps in space and time. They warp space-time.
Yes, and I've heard a lot of that.
Now, if you can picture that is get some of your friends, stretch out a blanket, okay? Put a ball in the middle. A soccer ball, whatever, okay? How that ball bends that blanket is exactly how a massive object bends space-time, which causes
wormholes.
No.
Okay, hold on. Which causes sound? Gravity.
Bingo!
Okay, all right. See, I told you every once in a while. Remember, kids, remedial. Remedial.
My name is Ferris, and the news store.
That is the science of big things. Okay? Big things from, larger than several atoms on up to
we're talking
the
like,
universe.
Jupiter-sized planets. And
okay.
that type of stuff.
Now, when you get small, like on the atomic level, that is when you get into quantum mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Because molecules and things that make up molecules are basically so small. The way I understand it is that regular physics do not affect them, such as gravity in their orbit, their whatever. So that's when you get into the quantum mechanics. And Hawking kind of helped combine those two, which is one thing that Einstein could never do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is not that Stephen Hawking he's like a stepping stone.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
In helping us understand the universe. And it starts off with Newton going on up, all the way up to Stephen Hawking now. And then other guys are going to come beyond him that are going to unlock new secrets of the universe based on what these other guys have already done. They can go from there and keep building.
Right. I mean, it's just
this is
it's
really
like
complicated shit, and it's taken mankind fucking forever to figure this shit out.
Steps on that progression to get getting there. Do you just in your own your own thoughts and sensibility? Do you think that Einstein progressed on Newton and Hawking progressed on Einstein due to the advances in technology that was available during those times?
Here's the deal. Okay. Newton and Einstein. Okay. These guys could not be proven right absolutely right in their theories until technology caught up and was able to verify their theories. Okay. So like I was saying, these guys did these experiments in their heads.
Right.
Okay. And with math to figure all this out. And they put it forth as a hypothesis, and then it grew into a theory. And then once it's, gravity's been proven, so it's scientific theory. Einstein's theories, we are still working on proving Einstein right and figuring out what he was wrong at. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's still going to be, another century or so before we completely understand and figure out what Stephen Hawking was right and so on about. So it just keeps growing and growing. And Stephen Hawking was the only person to appear on Star Trek as himself.
And Futurama.
No.
Well, I mean, not as himself. Yeah.
No.
There were
Futurama, they only had his machine.
Well, his copy. I had no idea his voice box was at his voice synthesizer. His stuff. It was all copyrighted to him. If anyone tried to, emulate it, he could sue their ass. I had no idea about that.
I might be wrong, but I think like the guys from Futurama actually got their hands on one of Hawking's old machines or something like that.
Yeah, but he authorized the usage of it.
Yeah, he was also on The Simpsons several times too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, as himself. I mean,
yeah,
you can just phone that one in, I suppose.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much. And whether or not you believe the reliability of Wikipedia, that was pretty much. It was like he would record his lines or have his lines recorded and then ship them off over to the thing because. When it comes to having Stephen Hawking as a voice actor, it's not like you have to sit there and play no, I need you to enunciate more here. I need you to have more feeling here.
Right, yeah.
No, it's pretty much just that.
Right, yeah.
And it was the fucked up thing on this was I was sitting there as I was kind of doing the little bit of show prep, and I went on the old tube of you, and I saw the Star Talk, the Star Talk episode. And that's the show with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was interviewing Stephen Hawking, and boy, you want to talk about one of the most awkward interactions that a human being has with another one. This was it. It was so funny. He would sit there, and like sometimes you can get you get starstruck if you're talking to. Not even a celebrity, but somebody whose work you admire, idolize, whatever.
Yeah.
So you have the awkwardness on Neil's part. You have that level of awkwardness added into the fact that he's talking to someone with advanced ALS that just kind of sits there and looks, and you're not going to get it really. I mean, any great responses. You know, you might get like a little smile or something like that, but that's really about it. So, you know, trying to lighten the mood a little bit. The first question he asks him is, "What's your favorite food?" And it was like this weird, awkward silence for about 30 seconds, and then oysters.
See, I think he's got a sense of humor too, or had.
I'm sure he did. But you know, but there were some unique questions that he asked him, and one of the things that I thought was a really cool was, you know, with, you know, going into the theorem of space-time and the possibility of maybe a wormhole taking back and all that type of stuff. He said, what would be, if it was theoretically possible, what would be the one question you would go back and ask Einstein? And here again, I think it was, you know, like, what is the ability of a star to support itself under the weight of its own gravity, or, you know, something along those lines. I can't remember it verbatim because, again, it just kind of went over the head a little bit. But the thing that Tyson was so enamored with was, it wasn't so much asking them a question from where their work ended, but ask him a question when he already knew the answer to see what their response would be. Because this was something that Hawking had already figured out and has his theories on.
Right, yeah.
But he would want to go back to see what their theories on it would be, and kind of go there. I thought that, you know, that's pretty fucking cool. You know, when you already know the answer, but you want to see somebody else's perspective on that answer, or something along those lines. I thought that was pretty damn cool. And then he asked him, like, what was his favorite equation? It was like, you know, he goes on the Euclidean gravitational. And Tyson totally calls him out on it. He's like, that's pretty funny that your favorite equation is one that you came up with. It was one of his that he had already, you know, mapped out. He's like, well, what do you expect? I'm fucking Stephen Hawking, bitch.
Right?
I mean, there's a ton of theoretical, theoretical, whatever the phrasing on it is, but your cosmologists and your all that. Do you think within the remainder of our lifetime, you figure we got probably 30, 40 years ish left to us, maybe, you know, depending on whether or not I change my diet. Do you think we'll ever see somebody with that level of intellect?
I think they're probably already alive. I think they're probably already alive.
We just haven't. They just haven't been given the props yet. The celebrity that someone like an Einstein or
they're still a kid. There might still be a toddler or something. There wasn't that many years between Einstein and when Hawking was born and so on. They might. Yeah, you're talking about be less alive than 30, right now. I think. Yeah, and there's other theoretical physicists out there right now too. I mean, Stephen Hawking wasn't the only one. Right. So, you know, the next guy could be right now that we just don't know it, or maybe we won't see that guy for another 100 years. Right. But like I was saying, it's going to take us like so long to understand all this stuff that it's not going to matter. It really isn't. I mean, okay.
We will not be reaping the benefits.
It's theoretical. It's the theoretical physics stuff, and these, like I was saying, these guys do it in their heads. And as far as like learning so much so fast, it doesn't. I don't think it's going to affect us too much because I mean we can't even get to the moon right now. So,
well, we can't. We just don't.
You know, if we can only get to the moon, the rest of the universe can wait a little bit before we figure it completely out. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we'll be all right.
I think we're good. We just have to overcome that whole gravitational crushing us like a fucking grape in a wormhole before we can actually use the wormhole.
But like you, I'd like to see us at least get to Mars, something like that, or back to the moon type of deal. Right. Some place where we can like start exploring again. Yeah. You know, that's what as humans do. We like to fucking go places we haven't been and explore and find new shit and whatnot, you know?
Yeah. We need to jumpstart the space race again.
Well, we got Elon Musk and SpaceX doing his thing. He just launched a car into space because he could. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh,
you said Elon Musk and I'm thinking Calvin Klein. I've never. This is one I'm totally dumb to.
SpaceX, he's a private space enterprise.
Okay.
Okay. This guy started PayPal.
Oh, so the guy that started PayPal launched a car into space?
He's got his own space company, dude.
Jesus. Where the fuck have I been?
Right? And this guy is doing some like fucking science fiction shit with his rockets and stuff. He's all private, okay? He's not a government funded space agency. He's doing it on his own.
Right.
They're launching satellites and shit right now. His rockets can fly up, launch the satellite, come back down and land back on the fucking launching pad areas. And just science fiction shit, dude. Legs pop out. Plop.
Like actually like leaving the ionosphere into space and coming back in the window and landing on the pad.
And not landing on a landing pad, not the launching pad. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It still does a trajectory, but it lands on a pad. Like they landed on big barges out in the ocean. Huh. And these they launch a satellite. The rockets come falling down, fire rockets again, and you land on these pads. It's real fucking And he just built and launched the most powerful rocket since the moon rocket, since the Saturn. And just to prove it worked, he launched one of his cars, Tesla's. He owns the Tesla company.
Okay.
The electric car company.
Right.
Okay. He launched one of his cars into space on this fucking rocket.
Jesus.
In an orbit that'll take it around the sun and then fucking fling it off into the outer reaches of the galaxy. Yeah.
the first alien that's going to interact with human technology is going to be a Tesla.
No, there's the Pioneer and the Voyager probes that are out there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just funnier to say that they're good. The first thing they'll encounter
I think it's
is a Tesla.
One of the Voyagers has left the solar system.
When did that launch? Was that
the 70s.
First launch? Like in, I was going to say late 70s, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing about the first Star Trek movie with V'ger.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, kids. Spoiler alert for a movie that's almost 40 fucking years old. You're welcome.
Yep.
Oh, well, real quick here, just to get it out of the way. We had talked about it last week.
Oh, wait. One last thing about Stephen Hawking.
Yes, sir.
Remember to look up at the stars.
Oh. Oh.
There you go. That was one of Stephen Hawking's things.
Yeah. And what are we saying? Holy Jesus. Stephen Hawking took a while. Real quick, because we talked about it on the last show, and me, I always follow through. The Netflix film Mute.
Right.
And
I completely forgot about that.
Oh, damn it, because I was going to play the over-under game with you. Like how long you actually were able to last.
Oh.
Because I'll be honest, the trailer did not necessarily really tell you what that movie was. I was a little bit misled by the trailer.
Oh, they don't do that. You just think they get on the internet and lie, do you?
Never. No, I mean it takes place in a not too distant future. The main character, and it's been long enough that I've watched now that I don't remember any of the people's names. I'm not going to go on to IMDb to try to play the game on that. Loses his voice in a like an underwater accident, where there was a boating accident, something along those lines. But his family is Amish. So they take him to a doctor and they say, we can perform the surgery, we can save his voice box, but and immediately like, no, we cannot do, I will not have my child pick you and your medicine. If God wants him to talk, he'll talk. And it's like, okay, And they go back to the farm, right? Then we fast forward to here again, that near future era. And here he is living his quasi-Amish lifestyle, right? It's like he still does some of the traditions, but he's pretty much forsaken them, I think, because he's pissed off about the whole voice box thing.
Right.
And you have this, and when I first saw the trailers on this, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be like some badass Blade Runner shit going on, right? No. You have a couple of scenes now. I realize Netflix has a budget. And yes, we said they were actually a part of the production of this movie. They're not just a distributor. Like it says, a Netflix film. Right. There's a few scenes with, the great noir neon cityscape with flying cars going by and all that type of stuff. And, quite a bit of future tech that's around. But it's very limited. Something that honestly we would probably see in the next maybe 20 to 30 years. Okay. If even that long. But they set it up in this futuristic type world because of the necessity of they focus a lot on cybernetics. And as far as one of the characters, he's like this kind of pervo doctor. Come to find out, he's a fucking pedophile. And one of his fucking gross, disgusting things that he does is, he repairs limbs on kids, right? And there's this fucking scene that I was kind of like, okay, this is a little fucking, yeah. But, mom's standing right there, and he's like, let's give that leg a try. Puts the kid on a treadmill, and the kid's walking, and he's sitting there, and he's like, videotaping, like down low, like zooming in on this, 11 or 12-year-old, girl's ass while she's walking with a fucking robot leg. I'm like, fuck, okay, this is, all right, cool, fine, whatever. But main premise of the story, the guy without the mute, the guy without his voice box, right, falls in love with a gal who works as a drink server at the bar that he bartends at. And she has herself a past. And the past catches up with her. And they have, one night she comes to his apartment and, there's things I need to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And they have mad, passionate sex and all this type of stuff. And then the next day, she's gone. So he's trying to go down the rabbit hole, trying to find her and finding kind of the kind of shit that she was involved in and other just some crazy fucking whacked out shit. Had you watched the movie... I was going to play the over-under game on you to see if you made it more than 5 minutes before you got fucking bored of the movie.
Okay.
Because it's one of those movies where if you get past, like, say, the first... It's a 2-hour movie. If you can make it past the first hour, it is worth it. Because the second half is actually pretty fucking good, at least as far as all of the boring shit culminating to some pretty cool shit. And the one thing that I will really say about this movie that I really loved was Paul Rudd and his character of Cactus Bill. Now, you're familiar with the actor Paul Rudd, right? Uh-huh. Ant-Man is what his big thing lately and all the various other stuff that he's done. But I honestly did not recognize him until the credits rolled. And I was like, that was fucking Paul Rudd. Because he looked like... Okay, you remember Happy Gilmore when Adam Sandler puts his grandma in the nursing home?
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller had the fucking handlebar mustache. He's like, "Come on, it's arts and crafts time, Grandma. My fingers hurt." Oh, okay, you remember?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that type of mustache, right?
Okay.
Okay, and I'm thinking, the entire time, I'm like, "Fuck, he looks like a damn old home director." From fucking Happy Gilmore. And yeah, but then it was like fucking Paul Rudd. And this villain, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, the main story involving the mute can bore you. But then when you go into the side shit involving this character of Cactus Bill and his buddy, the pervo surgeon, is some pretty interesting whacked out shit. That you're like, okay, now we got past the vegetables. Now we're on to the dessert. This is some good shit here. And the movie it intelligently ends up going full circle to where you understand why Cactus Bill is even in this fucking movie. Because there's, like one quick little bit of interaction, and then they don't interact throughout the entire movie until like the last 20 minutes. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting this shit, and it's on, and it's actually pretty badass. But you gotta go through all the boring bullshit to get there.
Gotcha.
That's kind of the problem. And, and then there's some whacked out shit there's a scene involving sex bots that's pretty fucked up. it has its moments. And, by and large, it was one of those things where when I was done with the movie, I didn't feel that I had wasted 2 hours of my time, but it was, why in the hell why was the journey so boring to get to a really kick-ass destination?
Huh.
So I would recommend it, but kind of knowing your sensibility, as we've talked about movies before, particularly Godfather, Carlito's Way, that type of thing.
Right.
You may give up on it before you really give it the chance. So I'm just telling you, give it the chance. It's not that bad of a movie.
I wrote myself a note that says try.
But here again, it's nothing that... If I had to split it up, I would say the ending is 4 stars. Really good ending. But the main meat and potatoes of the movie is probably about 2 stars because it's just so fucking boring.
Huh.
So, all told, I would give it like a 2.5. Maybe a 2.75. It's not... if you get past that first half, it's a really good movie. And for some people, it may be a great experience all the way through, but just don't expect to see what the trailers lead you to believe.
Gotcha.
But give it a try. Just don't get mad at me if you start getting too fucking bored. Just turn it off. Or forward to the end and you say, "What the fuck is this?" And then go back and rewatch so you can find out all the shit that leads up to it.
Gotcha. Huh.
All right. And let's go ahead. One more topic here on the old hot takes. March 8th. Really, let's just call him King of the Nerd World. Mark Hamill got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yep.
Congratulations, Mark Hamill. You deserve it, considering some of the jokers they got out there on the fucking Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Well, they pretty much kind of buy those anyway.
Yeah. I mean, dude, come on. David fucking Spade has a star on there. And what, Joe Dirt? We're giving you a star on the Walk of Fame because of Joe Dirt? Fucking Donald Trump's got a fucking star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Uh-huh.
Blah.
Yeah.
But yay, Mark Hamill's on there.
Yeah.
I was actually... Did you see anything on it or watch anything on it?
No, I just kind of read the article thing, but not much. It doesn't really interest me. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a neat little thing. The fact that the greatest Luke Skywalker ever, and arguably one of the greatest Jokers ever, got on there. And I did watch a little bit of the acceptance speech and all that type of shit. And it was like this fucking 40-minute video. I'm like, fucking Mark Hamill ain't gonna make this shit 40 minutes. But they had a lot of pop and circumstance on there. So you get past like the first 20 minutes of like the Hollywood Walk of Fame dude just wanting to hear his own voice. And then he had George Lucas come up and do like a quick little, 2-3 minute introduction speech, roast, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then Harrison Ford came up and did a little bit of jabbering, for a minute or so talking about him. And then Mark Hamill talked for about 15 minutes. And, it was just like really cool. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. This is not something I would have even, they say your dream come true. I was like, I wouldn't have even dared to dream about this. It's just something I'm Luke Skywalker and the Joker. I don't think I would ever fucking achieve this, right. But this is pretty fucking cool. Thank you very much. And then you have the little schmoz down on the ground where, he's kneeling down with, fucking all the people who really had nothing to do with his career whatsoever. And then, some pictures with the kids and all that. But here again, it's like the last 20 minutes of this fucking video is just like TMZ filming him, just nothing. I don't know why this fucking video ran 40 minutes. It could have been 10 minutes and you would have been just fine. Cut the bullshit from the beginning and the bullshit off the end. You got like a 10 or a 15 minute video. Not a big deal. But like I said, compared to some of the people that are out there that you're like, what the fuck are they doing there? I'm glad Mark Hamill, that's one of the guys that he's a part of our lives, man.
And he's got a sense of humor and stuff too.
Yeah.
There's I don't know what social media outlet he was using.
I think he's mostly a Twitter guy.
Twittergram or Insta tweet or whatever. I don't know. But he posted a picture on one of them.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. Sith Horde killed family, need dollars for lightsaber. If you would have thrown it off the cliff.
Luke Skywalker out there with his old homeless hobo sign.
Indeed.
Oh, so before we go to break, it's been a long time since we've had one. We got ourselves a little bit of a soundbite of the week.
And there's a video, too. You can find it on the YouTube, but it is... Kermit the Frog and Cookie Monster, old school Kermit the Frog and Cookie Monster.
Real quick, now this is legit. This is like actual, real Sesame Street Children's Television Workshop and all that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's safe for kids and everything. It's just it's just fucking brilliantly hilarious.
Okay.
If anybody can guess from the clues I give what is in this box, then they can keep what is in the box.
Is it cookie?
No, it is not a cookie.
Bye-bye.
But wait a second, Cookie Monster. There are clues.
Well, who care about clues without cookie? Me want cookie. No cookie, no guessing game from clues. Arrivederci, frog.
Wait a second, Cookie Monster. Come back here. You see, I'll tell you what I'll do. Okay. If you guess what is in the box, I'll give you a cookie.
It's a horse. No. It's a cow. It's a cotton ball. No. It's a pogo stick. No. It's a rump roast.
No.
It's a moose.
No. Those are wild guesses.
It's a rump roast. About cookies.
Yes, but you haven't guessed right. Now maybe if you listen to the clues.
Okay. Me all ears. Okay. What's first clue?
Okay, the first clue is that it is something to eat.
It's a cookie.
No, it's not a cookie.
Not a cookie. Give me second clue.
Okay, the second clue is that it is something round.
A cookie.
No, it's not a cookie.
Not a cookie. Sorry, third clue.
Third clue.
Just thought it might be cookie off chance.
Yes, no, it's not. The color of this thing is orange.
It's an orange cookie.
Something to eat that is round and orange. It's a cookie.
No, it is not a cookie.
Just thought one last chance, you know?
No, it's not a cookie.
No. Okay. Me give up.
What? How can you give up? It's something to eat that's round and orange. It's an orange. It's an orange.
Me like that fourth clue. Is it an orange?
Of course it's an orange. I just told you it was an orange.
Me guess right. Me get cookie. Give me cookie.
No, you don't get a cookie.
Why?
I told you what it was. I told you it was an orange. You didn't guess it right.
Frog.
What?
You know, life not all guessing games, Frog. Sometimes we have to care about friends, especially friends who love cookies. Friends who love cookies so much they play silly guessing games because maybe, just maybe a frog, a very handsome frog who has cookie, will give best friend who no can live without cookies. Give that best friend a cookie. But if friendship mean nothing.
Okay. Here's your cookie.
One measly cookie? Speech like that deserve at least 5 cookies.
I only had 1 cookie.
Okay, in that case, me settle.
You didn't guess it right. Here, take your fucking cookie and get out of here.
Arrivederci, frog.
Arrivederci, frog.
I don't know why, dude. Since I found that, I've seen it like 5 or 6 times now, and I fucking laugh my ass off every time.
No, it's a fucking cookie. You blue-haired fuck.
Poor fucking Kermit, man. I wonder if that guy's on some high blood pressure medications or anything.
Well, have you seen what he's running around with?
Poor pig fucker.
That poor bastard just out there chewing the fat. All right, so with that, we will take our second break, and we will come back with a little bit Reddit fun. Kids, it's a Quad M show. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
You're listening to the Quad M Show, Segment 3.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of this here Quad M Show. Again, we are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
And
it's the Deeply Dapper ad. That's right.
Yes,
we got
yes,
shitty Morgan Freeman doing the Deeply Dapper ad.
Oh, do we?
Yes. Shitty Morgan Freeman.
Shitty Morgan Freeman.
Shitty. Get on with it, shitty Morgan Freeman.
Well, I thank you kindly, Jason. Thank you very much. Now, this segment of the Quad M Show is brought to you in part by DeeplyDapper.com. Now, you've heard these crazy boys go on and on about the sweet merchandise that you can pick up over at DeeplyDapper.com. Original art prints and vinyl wrapped metal flasks, custom key hangers, and light switch plates, as well as those homemade soaps, all based on your favorite nerd world properties. I'm Shitty Morgan Freeman,
and I'm telling you there's so much more. You get on over there, you listen to old Chris McClanahan talking about his pod casket, his 3D pod casket,
and his robot cracking podcasts. Highly entertaining. Andy Dufresne even enjoyed listening to him while he was crawling through 500 miles of shit. What in the hell are you waiting on? Get on over there to DeeplyDapper.com and enjoy some of those fine products that old Christopher McClanahan is providing for y'all. This has been Shitty Morgan Freeman.
Thanks, Shitty Morgan Freeman.
I thought that was going to go better. Maybe I'll pitch shift that just a little bit. Oh, but you know what never fails to entertain? You know what never lets us down?
Reddit
Fun with Jason.
Reddit Fun with Jason.
Right. I got some shit here.
All right, well, good sir. What shit has the Hive Mind provided for us this week?
Okay. This one's fucking hilarious, I hope.
Don't set the bar too high now.
With, like 39,000.6 whatevers. Referring to your pet as only my roommate. What's something your roommate does? I had a roommate for a while. Kept him in a big glass box and fed him rats until he got too big and I had to give him away.
You know, when I'm in a sound sleep, enjoying, and the butt crack of dawn is starting to ease up and the sun's starting to come up a little bit. For some reason, my roommate loves to crawl on top of me in bed, come over and lick my face. And just as I'm about waking up and I'm ready to go ahead and say, "Oh, hello, my roommate," and maybe give it some attention, give my roommate some attention.
Right.
My roommate jumps off the bed and then goes and sleeps in the corner on a pillow.
Just to make sure you're awake.
Just wants to say hi. Yeah. My roommate just wants to come up and say hi, lick my face a little bit.
Huh.
With her sandpaper tongue.
Sandpaper tongue.
What do the Redditeers have to say in regards to my roommate?
Marked Mo says, I once woke up to my roommate slipping and falling off the head of my bed and landing on my face. The first thing I saw that day was his butthole. Close up. Don't call me after 11. My roommate likes to sleep with only his butt on the bed, the rest of his body on the floor. He also likes it when you slap his butt repeatedly.
Whoa, look out! Look out!
Green Kyanite says, I have to make my roommate wear a face harness whenever we go outside. Because otherwise he'll eat so much goose poop he pukes on the carpet. My roommate is also afraid of wind. Suede Vale says my roommate chews the crotch out of my dirty underwear. Oh no. Maple Sugar says my roommate follows me into the bathroom and sits on my lap while I poop.
But I have another roommate that does that too. And I repeatedly tell him, I don't bug you when you're pooping.
Right? And then he just looks at me and nuzzles my pants that are in between my legs. My roommate likes to rub his nose against my pants when they're down around my ankles. Roommates are weird. Like Il J says, my roommate ate his poop, puked it up, and then tried to bite me when I stopped him from eating it again. Undertipped Waitress says, my roommate pees on my bed when he is mad at me. Let's get weird. 67. My roommate wakes herself up with farts, then acts super surprised.
On an aside, have you ever been woken up by the stink of your own fart before?
Not by mine.
Then I guess it's just me.
I can stand my own brand.
Oh, no, I've had a couple where I've woken up going, God damn, what the hell? Oh, that's mine. Yee.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh, shit. 0101001010101101 says, my roommate farted on his tongue yesterday. Noopy Bean, I once stepped outside to check the mail, and in a minute or two it took me to leave and come back. My roommate had eaten an entire pack of hot dog buns. Under negotiations, my roommate ate uncooked bacon she found outside my house on the road. And then proceeded to have diarrhea in my living room and ruined my rug. My roommate was visibly upset about this when I got home from work. I was not pleased. My roommate has a habit of eating trash.
The fucked up thing is, I've only ever had one roommate in my entire life. So as we're talking about, you know who I'm picturing all of this, right?
Bud C says, my roommate demands I make him breakfasts, and if I don't get out of a bed to do so in time, he steps on my head. Dr. Rummick says, I often come home to my roommate in bed with my wife. If I'm up for it, I'll sometimes join them. Bean Smeller says, my roommate sits on my face if I fall asleep on the couch. My other roommate is too fat and keeps getting stuck in the mini blinds. Two partridges in a petri. One time my husband was wrestling with our roommate, who at the time was naked, and roommate turned unexpectedly. Husband got a mouthful of roommate's penis. Husband was very upset. Roommate, zero upset. Kawamura Nico says, neither of my roommates will voluntarily bathe. When they really start to stink, I have to physically wrestle them into a bathtub. Both of my roommates will try to escape, so it's pretty tricky. Eliam says, every night when I lie down for bed, my roommate will climb on top of me, lick my hair, suck on my earlobe for about a minute, and then stick her bare naked ass in my face as she falls asleep. Mental distortion. My roommate sniffs my mouth whenever he returns to the room just to check if I ate anything during his absence. Oh no, this is a story.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Yolanda Be Cool says, I met my roommate when he was behind bars. Oh, shit. Okay. Met my roommate when he was behind bars. His baby mama was also in the system. And his kids had been placed in foster care. He hasn't seen them since they were taken away. And I don't think he knows where they are. Nor does he seem that concerned. Now that he lives with us, my roommate lays around the house all day, no job. And when we come home from work, he follows me around the house, whining for us to make him dinner and take him out.
His baby mama's in the system.
Punked Terminator says, my roommate attacks a stuffed toy filled with drugs, then runs around and attacks table legs. After he tires himself out, he licks his asshole and falls asleep in a cardboard box.
That's the winner. That's the winner right there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, sheen dinner.
That's the winner right there.
Okay, ready for the very last one?
Last one. Okay, last one.
Epistomite says, my roommate grew old and sickly, so I paid someone to kill her.
Wow. Let's end on a down note, kids. If you're going to do it right. All right. Well, as we wrap up the show for the week here, good sir, do you have any picks of the week for the week this week?
I do. There is, as I'm working on Enigma, I got YouTube playing and whatnot.
Sure.
There's this kid on there, Alec Steele.
Okay.
Lives in Great Britain. He's a like 20, 21 years old or so. He's like an inspiring, learning, I guess, like blacksmith, metal forger.
Okay.
Type, right? Got a big like modern shop and whatnot. He's very intelligent. He's very intelligent kid, but he may in his videos it's a new video every single day, about a 15-minute video.
Okay.
And he goes through certain projects of making a type of knife or a type of ancient sword or different metalworking projects like that. And he posts a video of the progress every day. And the videos they're well done and whatnot. Got good camera work. He's obviously got a couple people helping him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the kid, his attitude and his like eagerness to learn. It's almost contagious.
Okay.
Like
I thought you were to say he was a snarky, holier than thou shit. Like, I'm smarter than you, fuck off.
No. Like, okay. Like he's like learning stuff as he's going, and he's not afraid to like show his mistakes and whatnot. And
sure.
He's like, I messed up here, but I learned this from messing this up and whatnot. But his whole like outlook and like it's like contagious. His like what's the word I'm looking for?
Demeanor.
Like his energy, his positive energy when he's going like doing these projects and stuff.
Yeah. His vibe.
Yeah.
His vibe.
Yeah. He's like so excited about learning this new stuff. It's almost contagious.
Right.
And his videos are really good. They're like great to like play in the background while you're doing something else. Yeah, check it out.
And his name was Alec
Steele.
Alec Steele.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Is that with 2 E's or 3?
3.
Okay, so there's an E.
S-T-E-E-L-E.
There's an E at the end. All right. Alec, A-L-E-C, Steele with 3 E's. All right. Well, you know, my pick of the week for the week this week, it's not as grandiose as a 20-something blacksmith. I found myself a new app today. Or not today, a couple days ago.
Uh-oh.
And this is one that I see myself getting a lot of use out of.
Oh, no. What is it?
Now, I don't know how often you go to fast food restaurants.
Not very often.
If you've seen, like, particularly, I know the Wendy's here in town has this. I don't know of too many others that do. I'm sure there are. But you know how now you've got your soda fountain machine, and instead of having the individual spigots with the push deal, it's just one big thing, but it's got the whole window and you have the push interactive screen, right, to pick your soda pop from. Well, there's an app out now called Coca-Cola Freestyle. Have you heard of this?
No.
What this app allows you to do, you take your smartphone. It's got your little camera, interactive type thing, and the machine apparently has one of those QRC like cubes that you can scan, right? So you can interact with your smartphone, and it gives you like initially it gives you like a list of like 10 popular drink mixes. But it will also, I have yet to really test this out yet, but it will also allow you to make your own mixes. It will allow you to pick up other mixes and use them and that type of deal. So when you do the QRC and you have your cup in there, it will actually pre-mix the drink for you. Like there's one in here, like Orange de la Creme or whatever. So it will pre-mix your Fanta Orange, your whatever type of cream soda, and your Coca-Cola vanilla to the specified ratio of like 33% each or whatever to get this mixed drink for you. So you don't have to sit there and dick around with everything.
Okay, dude. Okay.
I've blown your mind.
All right. So, an app that controls the soda machine and a gym membership.
And you're calling me out, son, is what you're doing here. I see the game you're playing. One of these things just don't quite jive. Like, see, what do we got here? We got like the number one on the trending here. The number one, Shib Sib's Frosty Honor. And with this, you use 43% of Minute Maid's Pink Lemonade, 25% of regular Minute Maid lemonade, and then 32% of Minute Maid's Fruit Punch. And then you see you roll up on the screen, you go boop, and then it will just go ahead and pre-mix all the shit for you. And there you have your magic glass of Shib Sib's Frosty Honor.
Shibs Fibs Frosty. Now
the other thing about this too is you can name your own drink.
Of course you can.
But it will not allow dirty words.
Of course not.
Of course not, you bastards. I think what the hell was I trying to call? Oh, the vagina. What the fuck was I calling it? Like the vagina dream or something like that. Just some bullshit thing, and I'd slap in like Coke and cherry Coke and vanilla Coke. Just 33% each. Let's call this the vagina dream or whatever. The sloppy wet vagina. And immediately it says, "No, you need to clean up your language."
So how many of these crowdsourced drink recipes have you tried?
None yet.
Oh.
I have to give this the whirl yet because mostly my thing is drive-through, so it's kind of hard to sit there and tell you, hey, you.
Can I get 2 cheeseburgers and a Mr. Captain's fizzy fart knocker?
And I need what's the mixed drink here? TJ's Vagine Dream. You got the Vagine Dream.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't quite understand that. Where was that? What do we have cream soda?
No. TJ's Vagine Dream. See, I had to name it the Vagine Dream because it didn't like vagina.
Of course not.
So apparently making the house dance remix of Gun Show and officially trying
Gun
out
Show.
and officially trying out the Coca-Cola Freestyle app. That's my homework for this week. All right, so with that, good sir, do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander for the evening?
No.
All right, well, that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. Once, as always, kids, feel free, subscribe, rate, and review us on any of those wonderful podcast-catching applications you use, like iTunes, Stitcher, or Pod Addict, or Podcast Addict, or whatever the fuck you use. Just rate, review us. Those are so important. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and join us on Instagram, won't you? Now that we're all a part of that.
Right.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all you got to do is look for Quad M Comics, and you will find us. Until next time, this is TJ.
And Jason.
And we will see you all later, gang. Take care.
All right.
You've been listening to the Quad M Show. Copyright 2018, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, or concerns, email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at quadmcomics.
Dash for the door, late for school. Maybe so, but you're no fool. Make a quick fast, it's a breakfast. Only fast, fast, yeah, quick fast. A piece of toast and one of these. Some peanut butter or a slice of cheese. Milk or juice to wash it down. It's a fast, fast, quick, fastest breakfast in town. Quick fast.
No time for breakfast? Have a quick fast. Another nutritious